Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTube. Uh, Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Readley's video blog. I'm Airy Sky. So, what's up with all of you today? I hope is having a great day. So, anyways, I got last night. I went out and I went to the um what do you call it? The um the uh out today, and I had a busy day. I got up and Chloe kept waking me up, and then she's like, I'm sorry, I upset you. And it's like, you didn't upset me so much. I'm gonna try this tonight again. A little Irish cream tonight. So basically, I'm relaxing. I had a busy day. So I got up, finally washed up, and I was like really, really exhausted, because the previous night I had some beer. I had some of that Mike's Hard Lemonade stuff, and Chloe can help herself to the last ones in the fridge. So I had some Mike's Hard Lemonade, and I got my dip can, and then uh, I went ahead and donated to the Family Resource Center, and then I decided to go ahead and uh, uh, email them last night. And the lady got back to me, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was out of the office, yada yada yada." And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great, So and then all of a sudden, this morning, and so what happened was. So I went to the last night Chloe made dinner for me, and then I ate up all my chicken tacos, like 10 of them, and scarfed them down. I was a little tipsy and went to bed and woke up with a minor headache. And then, I got up, and then I got dressed and did everything. And tonight I'm gonna have to make some time, or tomorrow morning before leaving off the island, to go to town to to go ahead and basically yeah, so basically I went ahead and got done, and went to town after getting dressed and stuff. And lo and behold, I went into the store and uh basically got 2 things of coffee, 2 things of toilet papers, cash back, left. Went over to get a cup of coffee at one place. I usually get coffee because they're early in the morning, so I said make it warm, and ran into the former mailman. And then from there, we decided to go to the post office. They were open, got the money order, went home, and we had to wait a while for the manager to be free. And then we paid the rent. Chloe asked a question about work, and we went out again down to the store, got more toilet paper and coffee, and then came home, sat around for a bit, and then we got ready to go. It was like noon, so I went to the grocery store, picked up chicken tenders and ranch dressing, and I was having my chicken tenders, and basically, I got to the ferry terminal area where, the pier, and we're gonna have lunch. And I looked at the clock, and it was 15 minutes to get to my appointment. So I ran up the hill to get to my appointment, talked to a lady for a minute. I got there, and this lady wasn't ready till like 1:45. And then, then she lollygagged to like 1:50. Then we get in, and she's like, "So what? We're talking." And so in the end, we leave. Okay, we packed up and we left. We literally just left, and because of it, um, we left. And so, um, basically, what happened was we just left, and afterwards, I went over to the grocery store, and I didn't need cash back again. And then we went to what do you call it? To um uh um um home, and then from home, we decided to relax, for a while. And then Chloe came out. She says, I already got to start. I need cigarettes. So I put in like 9.5 plus miles today. My body's aching, and then we go down there, right? And we get to the store, the mercantile, and we decide to go ahead and get the cigarettes and a lighter, and we leave. And Chloe goes, "Ow, we need Carter's." I looked at her like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." You know, I gotta get quarters for laundry. So, lo and behold, I go into the grocery store. I grab a bottle of this. The lady's sitting there talking to me. She says, "Oh, that tastes pretty good. You should get the bigger bottle." And I go, "No, for two prices, two bottles of at Walmart with sales tax, I can, with all the taxes included, I can get two bottles for your price because you're charging 51. By the time I get done, it'll be $75. So, I can get two bottles for 60 over $75." The lady looked at me and she says, "Where's that at?" It's a Walmart. So she's like, "Oh." So um all of a sudden, I get out, and Chloe's like, "Well, what'd you get?" And I go, "I got cash back. Here you go for quarters." And she's like, "Yeah, we gotta get quarters tomorrow." And I'm thinking, depends on the ferry, And so all of a sudden, all of a sudden, we're talking, and on the way home, she says, "Well, what's on your mind?" Not thinking of anything, because I got up early, and, I'm a little tired, and, a little nap wouldn't hurt. And, and I was kind of bummed because I was trying to set up my layaway for the camera, and that failed. It was like, oh, well. So my friend said, "Oh, why don't you um, come by tomorrow?" And I'm like, no. So all of a sudden, um, all of a sudden, we don't know what's going on, because of the what do you call it? Uh, so basically, we got it done, and you know, uh, and got home, and then you know, uh, Chloe needs shoes, and Chloe wants a swimsuit, and stuff like that tomorrow. And I'm just sitting there going, you know, uh basic phone's gonna cost money. Swimsuit's gonna cost money. Shoes is gonna cost money. And to me, I'm just like, you know, why should I, travel to to um this place? Because to me, it's like, what's the point? And to Chloe, it's like, uh, well, um, it's all good. So to me, I'm just like, kind of stressing because uh, we want to make buffalo wings, so I got my wing order in, and I decided, maybe I will check out a bag or two of chips, but nothing major because we're going to be limited on supplies coming back. So, we're doing wings several nights. We're gonna have to get wing sauce and wings, and we already got enough ingredients going around right now for plenty of tacos. So tacos and wings, no problem. That saves us tapping into the ramen. And so to me, I'm just like, yes, but with everything going on, it kind of is a bummer because you know um 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 talking to Chloe's ex roommate, she goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, the lady got back to me on the APS lady." And me being nosy, I said, "So what happened?" She goes, "Well, it wasn't good. It's like something to do with she didn't explain it to me. I was just like, whatever. I'm not gonna you know bother. Because to me, it kind of sucks because I other issues. And so talking to her, when I came in, from the before going out for smokes, for Chloe, she turns around, and it's like she's talking about I'm just pulling this out, so basically I'm supposed to go to my social worker's office to use the phone if I can't get a phone to call the APS lady. Now, frankly, I mean, right now, I'm not gonna even bother with it. Okay, this is how I see it. All right, I see it as just a nuisance. Basically, a purely a nuisance. She says, basically, she asked me what you've been telling me. I told her about the threats, phone situation, the demands, and combativeness. She asked me if I thought you were straying Mo to get a restraining order. I told her that you're likely not. Also, I told her I think you give in to Chloe's demands out of fear. And then she said, I don't quite know what she meant by her question about the restraining order. I do know she has done about the destruction of property. I was asked how Chloe feels about us talking. I told her that Chloe thinks I'm a fat cow that is out to ruin her life. I did tell her that she blocked me and we have no contact. I also told her that you want Chloe out of the apartment. And then she says, I feel like I have not done enough. And we were talking about Native American stuff, and she said, maybe good. And then I said, we should just leave it alone, because, everyone's barking, up the wrong tree. And, not that barking, but you get the idea. And, she's like, something will likely happen from that conversation today I had. She says, a protection order. APS wants to set a time for you two to meet. And then I said, are you sure about a protection order? And she says, no, still need to call her. She did not say anything about a protective order. I also told her about the recent police reports, that I said she already knows about because she wanted those police reports. So then we basically, she wants a meeting between me and the social worker and her. And I basically said, look, I'm not getting involved right now. You know that I am totally out of the picture. I mean, literally, I am not going to be giving in to this freaking lady's demands. I mean, lady wants a meeting. Now, the thing is I'm going through the social worker for guidance, and the social worker and the therapist basically called too. So there were 3+ reports in on Chloe, and so I was talking to the social worker, and I said, look, there's nothing you can do. Literally. I spent 2 hours with her. I said, you can't do jack diddly poop because it is impossible. And she's like, we gotta do something. And I'm like, no, you don't. I mean, look, Chloe wants to get a job, let Chloe get a job. Quit freaking interfering, And she's like, well, we can't. Well, thing is we got applications in for new housing. Okay, that's as far as we're going. If we keep this up, I might just fire her ass and fire the therapist and go on my own damn way. And I mean, literally, my opinion is this, that what do you call it? I can't stand what's going on, literally, and so I mean, my Dinky Tara, she turned around and she was very she basically doesn't realize that there's nothing that can be done, and it's like, oh, we can do this and we can do that. I mean, it says if you're currently challenged to meet basic needs in crisis or need constructive support to reach mental and wellness goals, our case management program can provide you with individualized service to help you achieve greater well-being. Qualified case manager can help you create a concrete plan and utilize support resource tools, strategies, great happiness, stability. So basically, the lady turns around and is trying to do case management. Okay, she's just a case manager, and I basically said, look, here's the deal. If Tara, Chloe's ex-roommate, who reported this because she's gone through the same things as me, if they can't get that done, then what's the point? She's like, well, we can't give up getting rid of Chloe. Well, Chloe wants a job. She didn't like that answer either. And so to me, I'm like, Chloe wants work, let Chloe have work. Chloe wants therapy, let Chloe have therapy. Well, she had this idea that Chloe keeps banging her head, whacking her head, and cutting herself. That's basically criteria 1 of involve. Well, involve requires 1 of 4 criteria. Well, she meets criteria 1, but Compass won't allow it, because Compass wants the fucking money. So Chloe's protected. 2 is making threats towards other. I know if Tara J, Gabby, and Lexi's watching this, you understand, or Jenna. Basically, what it means is pretty much there's nothing that can be done because, as the police or the sheriff said, it's all idle threats. So, as Dinky or Tara Behold said, it's all idle threats. Then you got 3, which is destruction of property. Well, she isn't doing anything in the here and now, so technically she doesn't meet criteria 3. But they're trying to give her guidance so she doesn't get involuntary under crisis 1. So crisis 4 is to look after herself, and since she relies on me too much for quarters and laundry money and food and shelter and stuff like that, I think criteria 4 would be met because she's not meeting her needs for a primary care physician or mental health. So there you go, involuntary. Fortunately, invol again takes a lot of choices. So I gave her a recommendation of 2 places, and I said good luck. She's like, yeah, well, that's going to be a crapshoot. So I'm like, if it's gonna be a crapshoot, then just leave it alone. Well, we gotta cater to the APS lady. No, you don't. The secret is to leave the APS lady alone. And the therapist called, and that didn't go too well because the therapist is like, and the police came out and got a report. So technically, and the manager's like, we need to cater to Chloe. We need to cater to Chloe. So, with all this stuff going down, all I wanted to do was get my layaway set up for my camera, which doesn't look like it's going to happen this month because I got everything taken care of for next month for the trip to Wenatchee for me and Chloe's doctor's appointment. So train tickets are purchased, hotels are purchased, so everything's covered, and yet they're like, "Oh, you don't have to take Chloe." Well, yeah, I do because it's all paid for. And I'm not going to let Chloe go without hormones because some jackass wants me to call them and have a personal conversation. So Chloe's like, well, let me have at it, because Chloe knows this lady's coming down the pipe. And Chloe says, I'll take care of it. So. And don't you just hate when you're trying to do something and your hair is knotted up like this and you need a haircut? No, I'll just vacuum it later. So basically, that's what happened, So, the whole day was blown to shot, because, Chloe's like, oh, I'm so sorry I upset you. She didn't upset me. What upset me was the fact that, the lady, like I said, the lady's sitting there or something, about whatever, and I'm not calling this lady back. I refuse to. I mean, this is how I see it, okay? I see it as this way. Dinky wrote a letter out, okay? Her letter's not even been taken into account, just to be funny in this whole ordeal. She's not even getting it taken in account, and yet they want to take someone who's vengeful against, vengeful. And it's like, why the hell are they doing it? Chloe's just like, let's just take care of, things. But, let's see. Apple just announced some new products. Let's talk about that for a minute. I just got emailed the iOS 13. All right. Dark mode. Okay. iPad OS. Tree's home screen designed for just iPad. Watch OS 6, and Mac OS Catalina, Mac Pro, Pro Display XDR. So that's about it. So, things okay, not bad, not too shabby. So basically, I wanted to say that, it upsets me to no end that they're not taking Dinky's own letter into account. They're just like, oh, well. So it kind of irritated the hell out of me. So, yeah. So, and then I got this game company going, oh, well, do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? And I'm going, no, I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. And so, tonight's plan is after dinner, I need to sit down for a few minutes, go through the Walmart website for phones, and go through the Walmart website for phones, and go through the Walmart website for video games, and I got to go through the Walmart website for some other stuff. I'm supposed to be picking up a new shopping cart soon. I might have to do that next month. I wanted to get some more socks and underwear, but my underwear supply is good for 30 days. So I think what I really need, because I had a whole pile of socks or underwear, but with me, I need to spend like $10 and get some more socks to make sure I have enough for the month, because I do not like wearing dirty socks over and over again. So, I might pick up socks tomorrow, but Chloe wanted a swimsuit, and Chloe wanted shoes, and Chloe wanted sandals, and Chloe wanted sunscreen, which my family Dinky could order some. I just said don't bother, because I haven't been to the beach after barbecued, and so all this stuff stacked up, and yet at the same time, Dinky is, I think, more supportive right now of Chloe trying to actually find work than anything else. So to me, it's really cool that she's really trying on that. So, but yeah, there you have it. That's all it is in a ball of wax, basically. So if any of you have any thoughts or suggestions, I'm trying to get that layaway set up, so that's why I need the phone. But I just found out track phone charges like $10 for 30 minutes, like $25 for like 200 minutes, and so to me, it's like, why should I be paying this much money for a freaking phone, just to use twice to, check Chloe's doctor's appointment or whatever appointment it was, to check on my layaway order, which is fine, and then to check on um uh the APS lady. And Chloe's like, get the phone, get the minutes. I'll go land base the freaking bitch. We'll see if we can get a better deal where we don't have to pay through the nose for the phone and the card, and I'll land base the bitch. Well, to me, it sounds pretty good. I mean, just go ahead and land base the bitch. I don't care. Thing is, I think track phone is one of these things that sounds pretty clunky and junky, for a basic phone. Just make 3 or 4 phone calls for the month, and then it's like, oh, just wait for the you know, and then let me just tell you what else is bothering, right? Besides me going ahead and getting getting what do you call it? Uh, you know, issues taken care of. Dinky already said, you have 2 bites, one for me and one for Chloe. So Dinky already knows Chloe ain't going anywhere. So technically, and Chloe's already said she had an income. She'd be basically, we'd have fallback money if, she wouldn't be relying on me. So, maybe we should give her a chance to try to get a job instead of basically going around footsies, basically, doing this whole APS thing because it failed. It failed. It literally failed. And to me, it's just utter crap. I mean, literally, it's utter garbage. I mean, literally, you know. And so, to me, it's utter crap. And I don't know what social worker. I'm about to fire her ass and just stop going through there for case management. Literally. And if I have to, I will terminate my services with the therapist because I'm starting to think that the therapist was at the store to spy on me. Because as soon as I left the family resource center, the therapist popped in, and I'm just shopping for bell peppers, onions, and bell peppers, onions, a little chicken, and I'm like, yeah, chicken's cheap right now, and yeah, the thing is, it was just like, do we really got to go there? Because I was telling her about prices of chicken, at the grocery store, King's. And, to me, I'm like, just leave me the fuck alone. Instead, she's just like, oh, yeah, where's Chloe? And it's like, Chloe somewhere around the store. I don't know. Well, Chloe was waiting for me, so when she came around, she's like, oh. And then when we were getting seasonings, I was like, look, mild taco seasoning. I want mild taco seasoning. So, um, now that's what I said to her, mild taco seasoning. And so, and then they had like your regular taco seasonings for beef. So I got some Taco Bell taco seasoning. I'm like, you know what? The seasonings you can use for chicken seasonings is this chicken taco seasoning. So I picked up chicken taco seasoning, but to me, uh, I'm just exhausted, walking almost 10 miles today after getting everything done. I was like, oh, I'm pooped. And then, you know, um, mild taco seasoning, and then now that's what I thought, and what upset me the most, is, Dinky is like, you're right. If you can get into photography, you need one camera. It's a double in the camping gear, or at least the hiking backpacks and stuff, and one trailer and all this stuff. Yet, what upsets me is, the the uh the thing is, you got to give Chloe a chance. I mean, literally. And this lady thinks, oh, well, I want to meet with you. No, you're not meeting with me. I refuse. No, I'm going to email the social worker tonight and say, look, here's the deal. Here's what's happened. And then I'm going to basically say, basically, she wants to meet up with us, and I am not making an appointment because unless I know what her true motives are, I am not gonna be putting myself out there with my head on a chopping block. I mean, literally. I mean, Chloe wants work. The manager supports it. Let's give her a chance. If we can't give her a chance to get work, she's gonna basically hang herself, and then all her blood's on our hands because of it. I mean, we got to give Chloe a chance. I mean, Chloe made money recently. She was so happy to make money that she was so happy to make money that she's been basically looking around to try to get her resume done. And yet you hear these people saying, "Oh, you need to do this, you need to do that," and so let her try to make money. I mean, if the manager is willing to help and the social worker wants her off this damn island and put her homeless, then, I mean, the social worker turned around, okay? Turned around and made a deal with me. Get rid of her, send her to a mental hospital, and then make sure she stays there. And then I get like 12 months of rent free and 12 months rent free and at least 6 months of electricity subsidy. It's like, why? I mean, give her a fucking chance. I mean, yeah, I mean, she really wants to do that. Maybe people would support her more where she ain't. I mean, look, here's what I said to the lady. I said, if you want to go after uh, criteria one, an involuntary commitment, you're going to have to basically prove that she hurts herself. We know this, but criteria two is to threaten others. She's threatened people in Kansas. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Gabby and Lexi? And look what happened. Nothing. So technically, they're just empty threats. Third, destruction of property. Well, it's not happened in the past, so currently 2 days, so it doesn't apply to the report. Fourth, decompressing. Well, if she had a job, she wouldn't be decompressing. She's been depressed for 3 years. She thinks everyone's out to ruin her life. So, unless this lady's got some magical umbrella under her and is Mary Poppins, we're not going to basically be going anywhere, So, basically, the last part I want to share with you is this. I had to get cash back, so that's why I went ahead and got the bottle to enjoy tonight. I'm drinking it slowly. And then afterwards, I'm waiting to call Poppy at 9, but basically, this lady's like, oh, restraining order. No. And then she says, oh, well, they just want to talk. You know what? Social worker can do all the damn talking she wants. I mean, look, here's how it plays out. Okay. Sheriff came out, told me APS is investigating, wants a fucking report. APS sends the report. She comes out. I'm in the tub. Chloe's taking a shit. We don't get to it. She leaves. We get a notice. Big fucking deal. There you go. Then what happens? Nothing. Then Monday, today, because Chloe's ex-roommate Tara's at home on vacation, bada wing and wang. You need to call her. I don't have to do jack shit. But basically, this whole thing is dead. And I'm about to basically pull out and not give two shits. You know why? Because I want to live my life by myself. Or, yeah, in peace, I mean. And right now, let me just tell you, even though the house is dirty, and I keep telling Chloe to clean it because she does have no job until we can get in touch with this lady that does the resumes, just to get it done. Instead, what do we got to deal with? We got to deal with uh, other issues, and that I mean, literally, well, the thing is do we really, excuse me, want to basically bark up the wrong tree? I mean, look at my mother, Danny. She's like, um, she's like, uh, uh, saying, "Oh well, it's close. Wanting to get a job, I support that." I mean, look, if you're going to support, that, then it's uh a better idea to support Chloe that way than to freaking not support Chloe. And to me, we've asked and we asked and we asked. I mean, I posted a question about, you know, what's going on. And, in my opinion, you got these people trying to, you know, um, tell us, oh, well, to, so, to get, to, do things. So to me, it's like, what is the freaking point? The point is why freaking bother? And so we got the number, we got everything we need to do to make a phone call to this lady. So we will call this lady. We'll see if we can get Chloe resume done and she can help get Chloe a job. Then we might be on the right path instead of freaking barking up the wrong tree. I mean, look, oh, we need to get rid of Chloe. She's abusive towards you. No, Chloe's mom thinks I'm an alcoholic. And Chloe's mom, I'm problematic. Yet Chloe's mom can't see outside the fucking box where, Chloe gets combative, of certain things. Like, look, you live in a house, you basically don't pay rent, clean the fucking place. I mean, literally, let me just put it to you this way. When it comes to the other issues, let me just tell you, okay? Chloe, I made a promise when I left for Portland that I told Chloe, get this place clean. When I came back, it was more of a war zone than anything. I had to help her clean and give her an incentive to get it cleaned with me, which was freaking uh, shoes. Well, I owe her shoes. I mean, literally, my shoes when I came home, Chloe was jealous I had new shoes, but my shoes fell apart because they weren't taking water. These ones here that Tara bought me, these things are like heavy duty shoes, and I like them. So and then Chloe wants to go suntan bathing. Now with the thing going on the way it's going on, we the people need to realize if we're really gonna basically do these things, then Chloe at times the promise is there. Okay, the problem is Chloe needs to turn around, pull herself by the bootstraps and say, look, you know, you've basically taken care of all the toiletries, you're taking care of all the freaking paper towels, you're taking care of all the shaving cream, you're taking care of all the razor blades, you're taking care of all this. Let me just go ahead and clean. And then on top of that, and not get combative. And then you're taking care of all the laundry. All she's got to do is clean while waiting for a job. And then when she gets a job, I can spend the days cleaning because, it's easier because she's contributing. Now, here's the other two things that's driving me bonkers, okay? Now, I still got to get tobacco. I still got to get food. My food stamps only gets me 2 cases of ramen. Plain and simple. After that, the ramen is gone. And so stockpiling ramen, I like chicken and roast beef. Roast beef doesn't taste that good, so I mean creamy chicken. So, I'm going to get creamy chicken. Now, tomorrow, I got to get buffalo wings, all right? I like wings, and I'm finally going to have my fucking wings. So, up your sissy. Jokingly, of course. Now, The problem is Chloe wants her shoes tomorrow. Chloe wants a swimsuit tomorrow. And, Chloe's got 2-piece already, or a 1-piece. Just use the damn 1-piece and suntan your damn legs. I mean, I have if I'm going to buy a 2-piece, and then I'm going to buy sandals, and I'm going to buy socks, and I'm going to buy a phone, and I'm going to buy a tankini set for me, the money goes down, which is really bothering me because I have 2 bills still due this month. 3 if you count the $10 coming out for my lawyer fee, which auto debits. That leaves me with completely, thoroughly the vet bill. I mean, literally, Mr. Moppy's got an infected ear. And so for me, the infected ear should be taken care of, and, so everything else, should be secondary, I mean, the dog works for me. So, and, I love Chloe dearly, but thing is, people need to realize the dog's health comes next. I mean, literally, Mr. Moppy's not happy when you pick him up right now. It's not his hurt that hurts. So we need to take care of it. And then, on top of all of this, someone thought Chloe scratched me thoroughly. I said, no, that's a bunny doing it. I got to spend the vet bill next month just to trim his nails because I'm spending $50. So Mr. Bun Bun has someone to look after Ebony while we are basically away to Wenatchee, so we got expenses next month, which is pretty much food for Wenatchee, which means I've already arranged with Dinky to send her money so she can put it on my card when the time comes for travel, so I can pay like the $30 total for taxi fare, so I don't have to go wandering around all over Wenatchee, which I know how to get there. It's only like 2 miles, so but that's 2 miles in the freaking desert heat, which I don't mind once in a while because by the time I get there, my weight's gonna be so damn low because I've been freaking walking every damn day that it's not funny. So with me, I'm kind of concerned with the finances right now, and when it came to Chloe, she's like, get something cheap, but you can't get something cheap. Chloe's making dinner tonight again, tacos, and I'm having chicken tacos. She's having fish tacos, and tomorrow night we're doing chicken tacos. We have the chicken already, and I'm telling you, the chicken was affordable. I mean, literally, it's affordable, and then Wednesday, I got a therapist appointment, so I can't literally leave the island. And yet, to me, it's not a good thing because tomorrow I'm leaving the island and, I'm looking at this phone and, I mean, literally, I'm looking at the phone. I mean, I already paid $53 to keep my phone number, even though I don't have a fucking phone. And so buying this track phone for Chloe should be happy. I also ordered the backup phone, my government phone, yet again at $25. So all this stuff stacks up, and all I want to do is get my camera on layaway. And I can't do that because I don't have a phone, because Skype doesn't allow me to call this place. It's an unknown number. And I asked my beloved Dinky, my cousin-in-law, the Duchess of Orgonia, to get in touch with me on the issue. So to me, it's just a pure damn nuisance. So, by the way, this stuff is Irish cream with honey. So I took some money out for cash. I also have cash on me that has earmarked, but I can change it if I have to. I just didn't want to, do it. And then I still got to send 2 packages out this month. And so to me, there's, I mean, I'm not complaining. Okay. I'm not complaining. A promise is a promise to Chloe. My thing is with the, which I know Chloe does, autistic people don't trust others. The promise is broken, but, I wish she would realize, let me see for a second. Give me 1 second here. I have a couple things to do. Actually, let me use the restroom. I'll be right back. What? Not me, it's Moppy. He's wagging his tail. Be ready to pick him up. So, all right. Oh, yeah, you probably got you. All right, sorry about that. So, as you can see, my service dog here works so hard that he should not be neglected with a severe oh come here severe fungal infection right there. I mean, his ear smells. So what we're doing is we got to get this little baby taken care of, and he needs a haircut too. But the thing is we need to focus on his health right now before my own health. And the thing is look at my baby. I mean, look at him. He's just so adorable. He's a little munchkin. Hello. That munchkin was a bunny. You're my munchkin too, baby. You are my working dog. He got his payments today, by the way, but his ear is bothering him to no end. So my baby needs to be. There you go. Lay there. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, that's a good mom. My baby basically needs his health care. And I can't delay his health care because baby Moppy right there needs his health care. I mean, literally, Mop needs his health care, and people sit there and, so to me, I have to, do everything I can. And on top of that, I'm trying to prepare for these bikes. And, like Dinky said, get two, one for me, one for Chloe. So if they're doing that, then what's the fucking point of having some lady basically barking up orders? I mean, literally, I rely on my cousin-in-law to give me advice on stuff about issues. For example, last night's video, I was talking about 48 bags of chip, 8 boxes of mac and cheese, 15 things of coffee. I got 6 pounds of coffee right now, and 12 pounds of wings. I mean, the wings are bad for my heart. The mac and cheese is once in a while. If you get 8 boxes, that's 8 meals. You get 48 bags of chip, that's an artery clogger. And then on top of that, the other problem you have is the booze, which is 6 bottles of boozer. And so to me, cutting it out. So tomorrow when I'm at Walmart, I got 45-minute window to pick up my order, get the phone, drink my and grab some coffee, and then run out. I mean, with everything going on, I got to be very, very penny pinching. And so to me, what am I, the thing is, what am I going to sacrifice to make sure everyone gets what they want and I get Moppy's health care? I mean, literally, I paid the rent, paid the deposits, paid layaways, paid on another layaway, paid on a third layaway. Did everything I can to make everything right, and I still got to ship out 2 packages. I got to pay the electric bill. That's something that's still on the market, on the list, the electric bill. So when you get all that stuff stacked up, what do you get? So I'm hoping that there's some kind of compromise. I mean, literally, to me, if I'm going off island tomorrow, it's going to cost me about $20 in ferry tickets. Literally, not including another $20 just to go get tobacco, and then another $20 just to go to Chloe's mental appointment, which I got a call on that Thursday, because I don't have time Tuesday and Wednesday. So to me, I have access to email, but only when I get home. So, I mean, when I get home tomorrow evening, I'm going to probably have something from the social worker, and then probably something from the sheriff. And then, Wednesday, I'm going to be out. And then Thursday, I got to, you know, uh, take do my thing, and, do my thing and then go to the vet. Wednesday evening, I got a therapist appointment. So Wednesday, tobacco early morning to get home, and then make sure I get home on a timely manner so I can catch the ferry early so I can get home. Otherwise, I can't even get my tobacco till Friday. So Wednesday is basically stuck. Thursday is basically stuck. That means tobacco is going to be picked up Friday, which means my entire schedule is pretty much freaking booked. And then, let's just put it this way. You got Tuesday, the 4th, Wednesday, the 5th, Thursday, the 6th, and Friday, the 7th, all booked. Then the 8th and the 9th are spreadsheet days. The 9th, I believe, is when E3 starts. So the 9th to the 13th, completely booked. I ain't fucking leaving this house during E3. People can kiss my ass. My schedule's booked. That leaves me with the 14th onwards, and that is going to push it really up there because the lady that's the social worker is going on vacation for 4 weeks to freaking Ireland. So by the time things get done, it'll be the middle of July, okay? And the middle of July is not good because look what happens. We will be getting ready to go to Wenatchee. So that means if some jackass wants to keep pushing Chloe's buttons and be like, "You're getting off the island because you're abusive of Rita," that means they gotta fucking wait till August because everything is fucking done. And by that point, it might just push Chloe to the edge to go to a mental hospital yet again because the jackass, if she doesn't have a job by then. So, my opinion is leave the girl alone. Plain and simple, leave her alone. So I got so much to do. I got vet to do. I got therapist to do. And I got other appointments to do that I don't have any time. I think Chloe's appointment's on July 7th or August or June 7th. So that means I gotta buy more tickets to go off island on June 7th, which means I don't get a nice window of doing anything till June 8th, which is my spreadsheet time. June 8th and June 9th, and then June 10th through whenever in between E3 shows, I will be doing spreadsheets all freaking day, basically, getting them done. And I only did RPGs last month because I was too fucking lazy because when the internet was down on the phone, and I'm still trying to juggle everything to get everything finished. So to me, the question is what do I do? And with my layaway plan, which I got to check on the layaway. Might as well do it right now because I got a guy, that everything's set up for everything else. That I'm basically sitting there going, well, what am I supposed to be doing? Literally, what am I supposed to be doing? And to me, I just don't understand logically, why I have to put up with all this mumbo jumbo bullshit when, like the social worker said. Okay, let me just tell you what the social worker said. Um, uh, let's just open up the file here. She basically looked at me today, okay, and you know what the real fucking problem is of this whole fucking problem? Problem is this. She turns around and she says to me, "Rita?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Rita?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Rita?" I said, "Yes." She says, "I'm disgusted that pretty much you got Chloe's mom, you got the mental health system, you got everyone around, except for certain people that want Chloe out of my life, going ahead. Okay, so basically $50. So, um uh 6 month is 10% down. Okay, so yeah, so she turns around, right? And she says to me, I don't understand why everyone is going out and telling you to take care of Chloe Spice. It's bullshit. And the reason she's grumpy about this is because she's got a reason to grump. Because frankly, you got the mental health system saying, oh, Chloe doesn't need any but outpatient. Yeah, well, you got to have Chloe trusting outpatient. She doesn't trust the bastards. Then you got, them saying, oh, really, you can take care of Chloe. And then people sit there, And then you got the lady that turns around and came out to her house who clearly doesn't want to do jack shit. It's like, oh, come through Compass. That's all they do is sell Compass. Just like Brand Integrated Services tried to sell Brand Integrated Services. And the point is, if you're going to have a mental breakdown, everyone is basically plunking the load on me. Now, I think the problem is, and I'm seeing this from my own perspective, is changing is Chloe needs a fucking job. And if she can't get a job, we need to get Chloe on fucking disability. Problem is Chloe thinks she can work. Thing is the mental health system just wants to milk her for every damn dime that ain't nailed down. So you get the fucking idea. So when you got all of this going down, that everything goes down the shits. And so to me, I'm just thinking maybe, just maybe, Chloe knows what she needs, which is a job. Not, oh, sorry, Chloe, you can't have a job because we say you can't have a job. To me, that is just utter fucking bullshit. Literally bull fucking shit. I mean, if it was true, we wouldn't be in this fucking mess, And then, the other problem is, Chloe knows it's hurting me financially because, realizes it because she told me today, she says, I hate relying on you because, you got so many things going on, let's see, I wanted yeah, so I wanted to check on that, and to me it's like how much is going on. Me, I think, like I said, it's utter bullshit. I mean, literally, I'm dealing with people that, clearly they, the thing was instigated because, I, basically said, last time, this is not vulnerable. But this time, I'm not fucking vulnerable, yet they want to do something. And because Tara basically turned around and backed down, to me, I think, Dinky should have her say in the matter too. But Dinky also knows that if Chloe gets a job, maybe she'll be riding a bike every day, locking up, going into work on a bike. I mean, literally, you got to give her a chance before you fuck up. Instead, everyone turns around and says, oh, well, Chloe can't be near you. And I think, honestly, if you give Chloe a chance, she can rebound. I mean, humans can rebound. I mean, look, she's had 3 years of abuse mentally in her heart, and I'm not talking me. I don't abuse her. I'm talking literally, and I think honestly, the reason for it is because she basically gets mad. I mean, look, she's sitting there, right, and she's, this is what I'm thinking from a therapist's point of view. Is she goes ahead and she gets kicked out of her home, which, no job, roommate Tar is like fed up and fucking ends up in the streets of San Diego. And then people say, oh, well, she didn't approve, she didn't go through, she had to sell her body, and she had to do this and do that to survive, and steal, and the thing is you got to do what you got to do to survive, and then eventually she had enough money to go back to Ohio. Well, let me put it this way, okay? From my perspective, okay? Fucking Ohio, all right? Look, her mom and I, we don't get along. I mean, I'll tell you outright, I love her mom with all my heart. Problem is, I think Chloe's mom needs to realize that I'm trying my damnedest. So when she says, oh, Rita's drunk, get rid of her. And where'd she go? Back to Ohio? I mean, look, her mom said she'd do anything for Chloe. My opinion is this. Chloe has been miserable for 3 fucking years. 3 fucking years. No job. She goes home. She doesn't apply anywhere because no one's willing to take her. Oh, stay home, stay home. Live with your grandma, live with your grandparents, live with your grandparents. So your grandparents can't handle your temper. You're going to live with us. Mom doesn't realize that if you just took some time, and looked around and said, Chloe, there's 6 jobs available here, and helped her out, Chloe might have been on her feet almost 3 years ago. Instead, she ends up in Ohio. No one's willing to help her. They try to apply for disability, but that doesn't go through. Why? Because these tight-wadded motherfuckers aren't going ahead and paying for the fucking summary. Mom owes money, you ain't getting the summary. The lawyer turns around, or not the lawyer, the doctor, and he says, yeah, I want $100,000 to give this diagnosis, because he knows Social Security ain't going to pay it anyways. And 2 is, even if he offered it for $500, which he has, thing is, I don't have $500. And if I did pay it, it'd be SSI more likely for Chloe's work credits. So to me, the problem is Chloe turns around and is miserable. I mean, she's got to rely on people. And so to her, I think looking at the situation, the mental awareness that I'm looking at is she's miserable. So you sit there and you make a promise. It's not an autistic thing, I think, but you make a promise over shoes or something. And you don't get it. You're sitting there going, well, you motherfucker, you piece of shit. I did this, I did that, and I understand. I'm autistic myself, so fetal alcohol spectrum disorder too. But the problem is, when it comes to Chloe, people don't want to look at the fact that if you put her through a special program, she might be able to get work. To get the diagnosis for disability determination or for the developmentally disabled program, you need a fucking diagnosis. Now, I could go out and plunk down the money for it. Make arrangements and then get it ordered. And maybe I should just fucking do that, because maybe if she can't work, she can get on disability in Washington because of her disabilities. Problem is, no one's giving her a chance. People say, oh, well, we gave her a chance. She didn't go through it. She didn't fall through. You know what the problem is? Problem is you got too many fucking Republican douchebags sitting into the determination board, going ahead and determining what Chloe can and can't do. Oh, Chloe can work. Chloe can work. But did they ever stop to think, with Chloe's fear because her boss, and, etc., that her boss, might have said something, or ex-roommate or whatever. So, to them, Chloe's afraid to try to get a job. Or is it something fucking else? I mean, literally, I'm at the point in my life that I'm going to start picking a gun and standing a post as a Marine badass and basically stand there and guard Chloe while she gets a job or gets on disability. And I'm not tolerating any more of this fucking hokey pokey. I mean, literally, these jackasses, basically, and I'm not talking about Tara. Tara tried to help. It blew up. It basically blew up in the face. And then she's like, you need to call. I don't have to do jack shit. I'm a badass. I'm going to basically sit back, sit on my ass, and say fuck you because of one reason. And my fucking hokey pokey fucking reason is that she basically didn't even go ahead and basically talk about, my cousin, letter, you know, because frankly, it's a bunch of hokey poking. And because look at it, my cousin-in-law wrote a letter, and the sheriff turns around and said it isn't fucking financial abuse. Okay, if it isn't fucking financial abuse by the sheriff's own words, no restraining orders, then to me, these people are barking up the wrong fucking tree. Literally, they're just barking up the wrong fucking tree. And then these people have to turn around and basically say, well, what the fuck are you going to do? Look, social worker wants to sit there, okay? Social worker asked me in today. She's like, I'm still working on ideas. Do you have any? So I laid down 3 ideas knowing that they'd sink before she could even get the battleship out of port because my carrier's sitting on the other side with an entire squadron of planes on board going, you can do this, this, or this, but your battleship's gonna be sunk before you can pull it out of port because you can't even realize the tactical advantage that I have. And so she's like, oh, well, I'll call this and I'll call that. It ain't gonna work. They're just gonna try to sing a tune for money. Let's milk Chloe for money. So to me, I think it's a bunch of utter bullshit. And so to me, you try giving either get on Chloe on disability, whether you pay a freaking fee or you freaking get her a job, and Chloe will be happier. She wants an income. Thing is this would not happen where, if she had an income, we wouldn't have this problem. I mean, look, she almost got ready for work in Seattle, but, the homeless shelter kicked her out. That's what I understand. So technically the homeless shelter was going to support her or help her, and they're like, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. But thing is, if you got to do this or you got to do that just to keep your home for 30 days and then you're on the streets under a fucking bridge, what type of fucking institution is that? And then the hospitals are like, oh, Chloe's borderline, Chloe's bipolar, Chloe's schizophrenic. What type of fucking diagnosis is that? Judge Scott, 23 diagnoses. Which one is it? So to me, you got a bunch of jackass motherfuckers turning around and basically barking up the wrong fucking tree. Now, I know Chloe's in another room basically thinking, what the hell am I squabbling about? Simple. You give her a job and you give her a chance, she might just rebound. But if you don't, Chloe's going to be so fucking bitter that she's going to be fucking wanting to basically scream and yell and demand. Now, the reason she screams, yells, and demands is simple. She turns around, and what she's doing is she's sitting there and she's not realizing, and she's going to have to realize that, on my income, I can't take care of both of us. We're going to have to cut corners somewhere, okay? Like I told Chloe, look, chicken's on sale. Let's stock up 4 or 5 packages, put them in the freezer, and we got chicken tacos. That's cheap. Just get some freaking taco makings. I mean, cost me $30 today, but that was just for freaking 6 bell peppers, 2 large onions. We have the shells, and that includes 6 packages of taco seasoning, 4 Taco Bell, and 2 everyday essentials, and 2 chicken taco seasoning. So we got plenty of taco seasoning. Then I got a package of chicken. And then on top of all of that, I picked up paper towels. And I'm not done picking paper towels up. That's, so you look at it from that point of view. You sit there and you need to talk some reasoning in there. Chloe reasons really well at certain things. I mean, look, Chloe turns around and says, no, you got to do this or you got to do that. But when it comes to certain things, that's mindset. Let me put it to you this way, okay? Let me put it this way, the autistic mindset. Autistic person with bipolar, like myself, has got one track at times, all right? We're on track 1, running on track 1. And the only thing we're thinking about is the here and now on certain things. Like, for example, Dinky got mad at me over the bike. bicycle was an idea. She got mad at the bicycle idea. Why? Because Dinky wanted to tell me to shut up. Now that the bicycle is coming to fruition, I'm working on the camera aspect. My mindset is the camera. But do I want to fucking sit there and sacrifice my camera? Or do I want to sit there and sacrifice something else? Or do I want to sacrifice something else? I mean, if you look at the entire wording, for example, you got to look at the big picture, and that is, right now, on top of all the finances, it's like, well, I want a tank eating, I need socks. So he wants sandals and shoes and a swimsuit, two-piece bikini, and sunscreen lotion and stuff. But then you got to look at the other bills. Electric bill, we don't know what it is. Cell phone, got to get another one of those. Basic for either calling APS or calling the layaway place or calling the doctors to find out our appointment. And then they say, oh, your appointment is June 6th, hypothetically. That means we got to spend June 4th, June 5th, and June 6th. We got to spend $60 on ferry tickets. $60. Okay. There goes $60 out of my pocket. Then on top of that, you got to look at the extra purchases that I don't mind buying, which is fresh hay, rabbit pellets, and maybe getting another blanket or two for Ebby so you can change out the bedding more, because he likes his fleece blankie. And then under the fleece, above the fleece blankie is his hay. And, literally Ebby, they say it likes paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls. Actually, he's been just tossing them around to make room for his own home. So you look at the big picture, and, you budget like I do to a T. You got to look at the fact that you need to find out what can and can't be done. I mean, literally, I budget several months up in front. Sometimes I even budget a year in advance and make sure I calibrate it properly. But with me trying to take care of Chloe needs a job because Chloe knows it's hard on me. But Chloe also needs to realize, under the intimidation and coercion and con jobs, that the Rita can't afford everything. So technically, you can't sit there and, like, for example, okay, let me give you an example last night. I'm sitting there thinking about getting some original breakfast. It's like $10 plus tax, and you get 4 sausage links, 4 sausage patties, 4 eggs, biscuits and gravy, and it's like $11. What about me? I said oatmeal just to be jokingly, but I realized, if I'm doing that, it's going to be expensive. So, for example, I went out and after I got the first load of toilet paper and coffee, I went over to the place called the Sweet Retreat. I know Dave personally. He's a great guy. He's from Wenatchee, where I'm going next month. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Wenatchee next month. All right, that's great. What are you doing there? I'm going to see the doctor, and I told him what doctor. He says, this place is a shit. But glad, he told me to go and move down south to Portland for my doctor. So while talking to him today with my coffee, I looked over and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. Well, Chloe basically got a little buzzed or drunk. She's a light drinker on beer. So I was like, here, give her a sandwich, So she says, I want a sausage croissant with no cheese and, with eggs. So they gave her egg and sausage croissant and it was like $5. So, $5, she was happy as happy can be, like a pig in slop. Whereas me, she's like, where are you going to go to eat? Well, I was going to go over to the Rocky Bay Cafe, but I turned it down because, I was looking at money and I want to get to the post office. So when I got done, lunchtime comes around. I'm looking over my menus because I have menus on my computer, menus here at home. I take menus to look. And I just couldn't see myself parting with approximately $20 per meal for either fish and chips or chicken strips and chips. That's what I call them. Chicken strips, chicken chips, chicken chips. That I basically turned around and I went to the grocery store and got 2 pounds of chicken tenders, and then I had a ranch dressing, and then I sat down to eat, and I realized I had 20 minutes. So I scarfed down one chicken tender, ran out, and then later, when my chicken was still warm, I dipped it in the sauce and I ate what I could, and then I put the rest in the box because Chloe ate her stuff, and we put it in the fridge when we got home. So technically, you got to look at the practicalities of what you can afford and go for it. That's why I do layaway. Unfortunately, to do all this, I'm doing layaway and I'm juggling everything. And so sometimes, like I said, you must um, do some sacrifices. So, before I go in and ranting and raving and rambling on, I just wanted to share that Chloe needs to realize that, you get what you get when you get it. And right now, what's more important? Your two-piece, your shoes, which have holes, so I'm gonna have to buy those anyways, and or your sandals, or anything else. The shoes is a must. The swimsuits can wait a month because right now you got to think a poor little baby and his infected ear. Not to mention you got to take care of little Ebo and his pellets and food. So, you look at all these people things, and you got to look at it from a point of view is what's more important, feeding your fur babies or doing something, And so I think with a little reasoning, things will work out. But, when Chloe said, we need quarters, we need cash back, I went out and I got cash back for quarters. Now, laundry is an essential thing, but I've made arrangements with Dinky and them. So when the time comes next year, one of the goals I'll be buying is a washer dryer combo, which is a combo unit, which I got to figure out how to plumb it. I think it just takes a bucket of water if it does. And, go from there because I will, I can also email the company and say, hey, now in the meantime, I am basically looking at um, uh, getting things set up for a project I'm working on in September. So I got September projects, I got other projects, and I got other projects coming up, which is E3. So the gaming expo. So with all that set up, you got to look at it. What can you do and how can you do it? And so with me, I'm working out layaway plans and agreements and making sure. I mean, look, Chloe knows also that my heart's coming soon. So I got all this set up, and yet I'm getting to the point where certain things need to be done. I mean, right now the current plan is groceries, and so to me, groceries and getting Chloe's resume. Now the resume ain't gonna be cheap. It's gonna cost some money. So Chloe wants a job. She's gonna have to let me help out when I can without um, basically funneling in too much money. So and because of the time, Chloe's got to get dishes done. And I got to get a call made in 56 minutes. Now, last night, I do want to say that I did eat late. I ate at like 12:30. Got done around 1 and passed out. So I don't want to be getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, take a shower, and be very tired and cranky where I got to get an energy drink on the boat because they charge like $7 for an energy drink just on the boat. And then I got to pay bus fare, and then I got to catch an all-day pass, which means transfer, and get my window done in 45 minutes to get home so I can get home on an easier boat because, once it's done, we're still waiting for the 4:45 boat. That's the next boat we leave. So Wednesday, I can't leave at all, or Thursday. So that means tobacco gets picked up Friday, which means until then, we sit around and wait for Moppy's vet bill to be taken care of. So you get to see where I'm going from it. And then, then the following week is better. So, with me, I'm just trying to get everything done to a point, and that's where I came up with the idea, and so, you know, um, so I gotta think about all this, and do what I need to, and so with all these expenses, that once you get everything figured out, you're doing better than most people. But in the meantime, you gotta basically, I agree with the manager, let Chloe work if she can. So, if she can't, get her on disability. I mean, why should we be hindering Chloe from, I mean, if we get a cheap phone, we can actually make a few phone calls to get doctor's appointments set up in Anacortes, which means going July or August to get it done. And if that doesn't work properly, we can go find someone else. But we at least we need to try. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Chloe's, people say, oh, Chloe's not trying because she's a mental whack job. Thing is, Chloe's got fears, okay? Here's the fears of Chloe. The mental health system is fucking broken. Everyone knows this. And so you turn around and you do what you can, and look what happens. Chloe's turned around and labeled bipolar or borderline or schizophrenia like me. I'm not either of those. So technically, if you just give her a fucking job, maybe things would get better. Instead, you got law enforcement. You got fucking her mom. Her mom thinks I abuse her, but you got law enforcement. You got the social worker. You got Tara. You got my cousin-in-law. They all say abuse. Thing is, have we ever thought about the problem? The problem is that she's been depressed for 3 freaking years because she doesn't have a fucking job. And then people sit there and go ahead and say, oh, well, Chloe's unemployable. If she's unemployable, then fucking let her fucking not do the job and fucking get her on disability. But no one wants help because they're saying, well, Chloe would be better off with a job. But the thing is they don't want to sit there and offer or try to help. There's resources out there. You get the right resources, you can get a job. If she can't get a job, we just go and buy the diagnoses that she has, then her medical records, and apply those. But then again, you got all these mental places, they just want her records. Oh, you're borderline, you're not autistic, you're borderline. So you got all these freaking places, and all these places, yeah, come on in. No, do you need to crack it? Or
I think I got it. I have ways.
So basically, I'm gonna let Chloe talk for a minute. But basically, you look at the problem, okay? The problem is no one is fucking giving Chloe a chance. Chloe, why don't you take over for a minute while I leave it pee?
I'll sit here.
Yes.
My back is killing me.
Well, that's fine. Talk on the camera.
So, anyways, yeah, I just want people to give me a chance to. I want people to give me a chance to show them, what I could still do. I mean, I've worked before. I've had jobs before. Actually, 10 years straight, I've been doing nothing but, working. Held multiple jobs. There's times I worked 2 jobs. And it was to, where I had to go to one job in the morning, and then I had an hour or an hour and a half, gap where I had time to get something to eat, change work uniforms, and then I had to start my second job. And I was out all day. And I've worked overnight shifts. I worked shifts where I had to get up at the crack of dawn to be there for morning shifts. Times where I had to work closing shift, work till night, and I didn't get home till past after midnight. And then there's times I've worked overnight shifts where I had to be there in the evening, and I didn't get done until the next morning, and I slept during the day because, that was pretty much, and it was a paycheck. So
well, what I said, is
I didn't have any complaint about it.
What I said, okay, and when I brought Chloe out to Moses Lake, I was gonna get her on disability. It was hard. The problem is And we have, let me explain this. We have better resources out here where we live. My former neighbor's still fucking pissed about that. How you doing?
What's this brand?
Carolyn, that's the stuff where I got that half gallon. Remember that one half gallon?
Try a little sample of this cap here.
Sure. That's the one that's the honey infused, remember?
Oh. Mm.
Anyways,
There you
thank
go.
you. So basically what I
Pour
wanted
yourself some more.
huh?
Pour yourself some more.
I will. So basically what I want to say is we have more resources out here, okay? Moses Lake got shit resources. Literally, when I lived in Quincy, there were shit resources. The problem is, and I want to say this, and because Chloe knows it, is when, how long were you unemployed in Arizona under Tara's command?
What?
When you lost your job in Arizona, how long were you living in the apartment before she booted you?
A few months.
So here's the thing. Tara basically boots her, okay? Tara basically claims that Chloe was lazy and didn't put applications and all that. But Tara and Arizona and all this, they basically stopped her from getting jobs. The problem is up in San Diego, she had to do what she had to do to survive. When she got back to Ohio, right? The family thought disability would be fine. By the way, you in the camera, you look pretty cute.
My hair's a mess.
Well, my hair is worse than yours. Look at all this gray hair you gave me, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that evil shit eating grin. You should be happy. I'm gonna die tomorrow with my gray hair.
Bite me.
Aaron died unexpectedly.
I know.
Anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. I don't want to basically hex me. But basically, when she went back to Arizona, her grandparents and her mother and stepdad never even gave her a chance to find a job. They just kept her in her grandparents' house and said mow the lawn and help out with the grandparents. What type of life is that?
Mm-hmm.
And then they get ass hurt when Chloe comes out here, because Chloe comes out here and I don't know anything about Chloe pretty much. And then I thought, disability would be easy in this state. It wasn't. And then guess what happens? Again, these freaking ass clowns are like, who needs disability? But then the problem is the mental health system didn't even sit there and say, oh, you want to work to get better, to get a job, and said, what's Social Security going to do for you? What's a job going to do for you? What's food stamps going to do for you? What's cash assistance going to do for you? What's mooching on Rita going to do?
They just want to milk the cash cow.
And so, basically, like I said, okay, and I'm going to break this out because, Chloe's in here and it doesn't really matter. But thing is looking at a therapist point of view, because I'm thinking about it, Chloe's miserable without a job. Get her a job, she might be happier, and then I can do all the housework. But until Chloe gets a job, like I said, she should be doing all the housework with no complaints. But she's depressed because she has no job, but she should just pick herself with bootstraps, kick herself in the ass, and get her chores done. Thing is that people looked at it from a point of view of, if Chloe had a job, Chloe would be better off. Now, like I said, no one's offering her any help. By the way, you talk for a second before I continue, because I have something to get real quick that's going to help you.
Okay. But yeah, anyways, I bet you guys don't realize how depressing it's been for me not to have work over 3 years, and it's been it's really dragged me down, and I've felt like at many times like am I never going to work again? Am I going to live in someone's care the rest of my life? Because I sure don't want to. I sure as hell don't want to. And I just want to. What I really want is to be able to take care of myself again. That's what I really want. I mean, I want to take care of myself and be able to support myself. And because I've done it before, and I think honestly,
Not
I've
to
made
bring this.
I made a big mistake rooming with Tara. I should have. Things probably would have been a lot better if I would have gotten that studio apartment instead. When I had that, before Tara decided to room with me, I was actually originally planning to move into a studio apartment
Well,
all to myself. Go ahead.
not to bring it up to you, but I pulled this up from what's it, on our website. You don't have to say it on video, but you see what it is. It's a phone number to contact the lady for a resume.
Resume lady.
And the resume lady also, she works, I found out, with a group, as the manager said, that can help you line you up with work on the island.
Yeah.
She works with a work team, not like WorkSource, it's something different. But the thing is the manager even was supportive today to see Chloe get a job, whereas these assholes out there turn around, and I'm saying this, turns around and think, let's not give Chloe a chance. Let's just fuck Chloe's life up.
Yeah.
And to do that, what happens? One lady basically, I'm not going to give names right now, gives me information on APS. APS wants me to talk to them. I don't have to. Chloe can call on my behalf. Chloe can rip them a new asshole. I see that little evil grin, too. Let her do it. I mean, literally. I
just want them to leave us alone because, honestly, all this shit that's been going on is pretty much, been it's been all spiked up from people not really giving me a chance and people people just wanting to kick me to the curb.
As Nixon
down to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. They want to kick you to the ground and make it hurt till you're dead.
Yeah, they want to kick me to the ground. Didn't want me getting back up on my feet, and I've tried, and every time, these people they just kept at it. They kept out like vultures, and it's like, did my roommate at the time? Did she actually want me to kill myself?
I don't know.
Because if she did, I mean, how cold-hearted is that? I mean,
let me put it
because I took in someone who I know I took in a meth head, but I literally had no idea that they were doing meth when I took them in. I had no idea. And when I found out they were doing meth, I was just as shocked and it's like I was like, oh, what the fuck did I just do?
Well, here's the problem, okay? No one's giving Chloe a chance. I think Chloe needs a chance. Let me put it this way. Dear old mom didn't even give her a chance to help her get a job in Ohio. Nor did the grandparents, or the stepdad, nor is the stepbrother. None of them. Then they say, oh, let me just know when she gets it done. Then, I'm going to say this, then people sit there, okay? Here's, like I said in my previous part of my video, you got people that sit there and say, well, Chloe keeps hitting herself like this or like this or like this all the time, being autistic. That's hurting yourself. I'm sorry. I'm going to say this in the video for Chloe to smile because you can have the other one too. The strawberry one ain't bad. It's artificial.
No, I'm not touching that one.
Well, can I finish my saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you turn around, and you got all these people not giving Chloe a chance. Then you hear things today like, oh, well, Chloe keeps hitting her head like this. That's criteria 1. She's hurting herself. We're an involuntary hurt. Doesn't work like that. Then, oh, well, we're going to get Chloe on criteria 2, making threats to people. Sheriff said in front of Chloe. It's hearsay. Then they're like, well, we can't get her on destruction. Oh, she's not working and she's not taking care of herself. She's mooching off me. We got her criteria 4. She's mentally unstable, refuses treatment. You know why she literally refuses treatment? It's because of the things that happen at Grant Integrated Services. Those Hill Jack motherfuckers turned around and said, what's cost assistance going to do for you? What's freeloading op Rita going to do for you?
You know the thing is, the reason why they want to claim that I'm not getting, claim that, I'm all this stuff and I'm saying that I'm just lazy and don't want to get a job. Thing is, and even when I try to get a job, these mail places, these mail corporations will do everything they can to make sure I don't find work or don't have an income because They just want me to.
Cash cow.
They want milk the cash
Did
cow,
you-
and then they want to drive me insane to the point where I'm involuntary committed, and then forced through an LRA to go through them so they can milk the cash cow more.
Did you notice something that since you trusted me with your medical records, did you realize the guy that you liked, the main guy before you fired him, that one doctor, won't give his name, and CH, and Moses Lake, the one I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Ben, we'll just say
Yeah.
freaking Ben. Did you know in his records, he had so much faith that if you got treatment and you got better on the treatment that he recommended, he had a faith that you would have been better with the doctor from the Social Security / DSHS guy, the German guy, that you would be working right now. But Grand Integrated Services said, I'm sorry, what's your job gonna do for you? And then when Chloe got so fucking pissed, she said, fuck you. She went to CH. Fucking Dr. Dumbass, the one that diagnosed with borderline, said, oh, you can't work your borderline. I'm gonna send you to Compass. Or not Compass, Grant Integrated Service. Oh, I said, fuck you. She went to another place. This doctor basically referred her and said, oh, well, we can't deal with you. You're too borderline, it's in your records. We need to send you back to Grant. She's like, fuck you. She goes to Catholic Charities, and they're like, honk, honk, money, honk, honk, money.
Yeah.
And, they say she meets the criteria. Abuses her partner, abuses this, abuses that. Yet no one ever thought in the treatment plan to say, and being Native American and being intuitive, I just got myself grounded, so I'm not really depressed right now. That I looked at Chloe the other day, and we won't go into details. You already know Chloe was smiling about her big payout for helping load a U-Haul.
Yeah.
Way to go, Chloe. She did so well that she woke me up like 2 a.m. telling me about it. I gave my thumbs up because I spent 9 hours, 10 hours meditating, and I got so grounded that I found out my new spirit animal is the snow leopard. And as I grounded myself, the snow leopard, which by the way, I got more cats on my pole, which is the cougar, the lion, the lynx, and the bobcat because of our region. By the way, the snow leopards are in Nepal, by the way.
One of mine's a wolf.
Yeah, exactly. We did some research. Chloe's got one that's a wolf, but thing is Chloe needs to control her tongue and not sit there and go, well, if this person comes to her, hypothetically, okay, I'm just going to say APS lady knocks on the door, I'm going to go with a knife. Literally, she needs to.
You know what my problem was, is especially in fact my former roommate recently tried to do what she did. Instead of attacking her, I went to her friend instead and attacked them.
And so,
because the thing is, they're transitioning from male to female, and they don't really pass that well. So I use that to hurt them, pretty much, and the fact that they are fighting cancer. So I was pretty much, as someone that I used
picking on the weakest.
yeah, and someone that what the funny thing is, my former roommate and the person I was attacking to hurt the former roommate. They would never have been friends if it wasn't for me. I'm actually the reason why they met. They both met each other through me.
Oh, righty then.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. They would never have been friends if it wasn't for me. If neither of them met me, they would have never known each other.
So basically what I'm trying to say is, and honestly, and this is where my cousin-in-law, Dinky, I think realizes that I think, don't quote Dinky, I don't know her that well. She might be watching this. But I think Dinky realizes, when she said 2 bikes, she means one's for you, right?
Uh-huh.
The thing is let me break it down for you guys again. What a roommate did, I asked her roommate how bad Chloe was because, she said, oh, and then all of a sudden, APS comes out. Well, APS was going to leave it alone until, because, the social worker was telling someone else, and then sent a screen capture. Chloe was upset and sent a screen capture to mom that said APS was called. 3 weeks later, we found out she never called because she needed my. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, my therapist turns around and calls. So we got the social worker. The social worker sits there and doesn't realize that Chloe needs a chance and said, you're taking. Like today, my therapist the social worker turned around, right? Chloe doesn't know this. Looks at me in my eyes and says, Rita, Chloe is too much work for you to handle. You need to be fucking paid for taking care of that little turd. And she said, little shit. And in this little trailer, which is another office, she basically looked at me and you know how social workers got to be clean, right?
Yeah.
He says, that's fucking bullshit. That you got to do all this and everything falls around it. You're like Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She fell through the cracks. You're falling through the cracks and no one's helping. Well, sitting there thinking about, things, I realized, that, no one wants to give someone a chance. I mean, look, I was talking to this mental place the other day and I said, yeah, Chloe's autistic, supposedly has borderline bipolar schizophrenia. And the lady looked at me. You can clearly tell from, not literally looking. She's on the phone. And she goes, and she's autistic. Autistic people have those triggers, but how the fuck does someone give them borderline bipolar schizophrenia, narcissistic? And I gave her the entire list. And she read it back to me. And she's autistic. He says, we have to weed it out, and it can take months, maybe even years, but we can work on getting her on disability. But to get her on disability, she needs a primary care physician, and that's something we're working on. But no one either. Let me put it this way, okay? And I'm going to say this out of love for everyone watching this. I think Chloe's going to love this term. Either you give Chloe a job and work with her, or you let me work to get her diagnosis paper, to get her with the developmentally disabled program, to get her on disability. That's the same thing, using a second program to help with disability. Or you basically get her a job. Okay, it's either get her on disability using 3 different methods of 3 different agencies to get her on disability, right, Chloe?
Mm-hmm.
Or you give her a job. Otherwise, here's the pun. Otherwise, either get off the pot or shit. And I'm not talking pot brownies or pot. I'm talking you either get off the pot or you take a shit. The thing is people need to realize that the young Chloe Spice shouldn't be dealing with these people basically dictating policies. I mean, look, let me tell it to you this way, okay? Chloe knows this already. You know what really irritates me?
What is it?
So let me tell you a little story.
Mm-hmm.
Your ex-roommate, okay? You know this already. You monitor everything on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, nothing gets past you. I don't know what it is. Are you sure you're not with the Secret Service or CIA or NSA? You're with the NSA, aren't you?
I'm Agent Chloe Spice. Now
Okay.
start talking. I have questions to ask you.
All
You
right,
must
and
answer
ask
them
you a
fearlessly.
question right now. I'm on video, so ask them.
What is your real name and what did you really do?
My name's Rita S. And what did I do? I didn't do anything.
State your full last name.
No. Say your last name.
No.
Basically, Chloe knows everything anyway. So basically, where was I going with this before I asked about the NSA thing? Oh, so Chloe knows everything. She knows what's going on. And so, her ex-roommate, because Chloe keeps the tabs on me, and like I said, the roommate basically was barbecued by APS because Chloe's like, that motherfucker did on purpose. They're basically looking at it as retaliation. But you got 2 other people that reported it, and you got other issues. And so this lady claims that she's autistic. And nice friend and all. I'm not going to complain. But the bottom line is, the whole thing went down the shitter, okay? Social worker turns around and says, well, we can't get her this. We can involuntary. So she demanded research and invol. Me and Chloe, high five, already know if the DCR wants to squeeze both of her tits and squeeze her damn clit and her 6 udders she has on her chest to milk her, then how do you think she's gonna get anywhere? The lady can't get jack shit. And then I'm supposed to call, mind you, to make sure, okay, because Chloe knows everything. When I'm sleeping, she's on my computer. She's too lazy to go on her computer. So I don't know what the fuck she's doing. You going through my messages, Missy?
No.
Well, you must know everything because you know everything before me. You put a tracking bug in my computer?
No, I am not that certain person I was targeting.
Well,
No, it's just I know these things because they come to my mind.
So basically, let me put it this way, okay? Now, sometimes I talk to my father-in-law, Poppy, and Chloe's always asking me questions like, "What were you talking about?" I said, "Oh, it doesn't matter." Well, one of the things I was talking about Poppy the other day, and Chloe figured it out. She's a smart cookie. We were talking about a letter that someone wrote. I will be nameless, right? And the letter basically stated financial abuse. Now, the sheriff said, no, it's not financial abuse unless it's me taking care of my caretaker, and the caretaker is getting paid. Unfortunately, my thing is this former roommate, I said, did you talk to such and such about such and such letter? No. I asked the social worker, did you talk about such and such former letter? No. If you guys really wanted to make it fucking watertight, and you wanted to make it watertight, then you would have basically made it work. That's the problem. As a tactician, it would have been signed, sealed, and delivered. Instead, you got one person telling me I got to call this lady, otherwise I'm beating around the fucking bush. Whereas Chloe just wants a fucking job or disability. The other fucking lady has got to go now, check the crisis team, and check Compass, and check Grand Integrated Services, check Catholic Charities, check all these places. For what? It ain't gonna fucking hold water. It's basically a fucking swimming pool that someone basically launched a fucking cannon into it, and all the water sieved out at the bottom of the pool. And that was it. So, my opinion is, give her a chance. Look at her. She's desperate for work. She wants work or disability. She knows she can't mooch on me. She also knows that if she had a job, she could ride the bike to work every day, lock it up, and go in and be a happy-go-lucky, happy camper. Whereas right now she ain't happy because you got all these fucking negative Nancys turning around and saying, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. What happened to fucking being normal? I mean, what happened to be fucking normal? I mean, literally. I mean, how many times is it going to take until we all are fucking happy? I mean, literally. I mean, let me ask you this. Chloe, well, I have my Irish cream and I'm a little buzzed. How many fucking mental places from Arizona, California, I'm from California, in this case you went to a place, hypothetically, it was Virginia if she went there, Ohio, or Washington, did any of these fucking cunt-ass putzes for you a job or help you get a job?
None.
Did they even think of it? Did they say anything? What did Grant say? What's a job going to do for you?
Yeah, that's what they said. They didn't want me on the job. They didn't want me on cash systems. They didn't want me on disability. They didn't want me
mooching off me. I remember.
They didn't want me on food stamps either. And the thing is, the only reason why they want me on Medicaid is to milk the cash cow. But That's all they wanted Medicaid to cover for, nothing else.
Huh.
They didn't want me transitioning. They didn't want me being myself. They didn't want me to be happy. They just want to milk the cash cow.
So,
But the thing is, what if they throw me to suicide? Are they going to make money off my death?
Nope. You want to hear something?
What is it? No, Granville. You know what the place that there would be like? Well, if you commit suicide, you commit suicide, we'll make sure it doesn't happen. When you try to kill yourself, we'll just commit you, make more money off of you. That's just what they want to do. I mean, mental health system's broken. It's corrupt.
Well, you want me to tell my opinion?
Sure.
All right. Give me a second. I want to share something with you. Remind me to take a bath in the morning, or at least a shower.
Oh, my
God. Not that it matters. I know Dinky would laugh about it and say she smells me all the way down to Oregon. But okay, here's the thing. All right, Chloe's right. Now, here's a story for you that I've told many times over. Chloe loves this story. She loves it with a passion. She's got that evil, shitty grin every time I tell it. Whereas,
go ahead.
Where I basically, Chloe begged them not to do anything and they said, oh, I was arrested and stuff. Then I went and drank scotch. Ended up, it was Blue Label too, a full bottle of Blue Label. Chloe knows this. We won't go into details, but Chloe says I wasn't combative. I wasn't fighting. The drug dealer next door, former neighbor, diverted them, and I ended up in handcuffs going to the hospital. She had to tow the dog behind because they wouldn't let me take him. Now, fucking the DCR wanted me to be 18 hours on detox before talking. I got up, told the fucking people to move their ass. Then, when I did get my medical record, which Chloe loves this, 4 days later, right? Because they just printed it out right before my hospitalization, right? It said, and I quote, has Medicare, can't commit them. Can't give outpatient care, has Medicare, only accepts Medicaid. Chloe's been to every mental hospital in the state. Conflict of interest. I get out of an involuntary treatment act because of booze. Yet, like Chloe said, it's all about the fucking greens. If you have Medicaid, they'll milk you for everything. Medicaid may pay less, but they can get more money out of Medicaid as a patient than they can with Medicare.
Yeah.
So, basically, then one time Chloe asked them, one time Chloe's up with me, and she says, what are you going to do? And they said, we're trying to set her up to go to Oregon. Well, I turned around and says, how much is the fucking ambulance bill? Well, they couldn't hold me, so they sent me home. All because the fucking ambulance was like $30,000 plus to go there because they got to go from Moses Lake to fucking Portland.
You didn't want to pay it.
Yeah, so technically, and hold on, let me just put it this way, okay?
Because they would pay the money to send someone somewhere so they can milk the cash.
Well, let me put it this way. Chloe, I have a question for Chloe, for all of you out here, because this is not just about a rant video about how she needs to be treated better. But okay, so we won't go into details. Okay, my last question. Your third hospitalization, you know which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
When they put you in the homeless shelter, did they have jobs lined up for you? Or they were just going to milk it for 30 days and throw your ass out on the street?
There are no jobs lined up. There are none.
And you said you had to follow through a protocol just to stay there for 30 days. Which was
no, they didn't have any protocol.
You said the protocol was go to therapy and get booted out of the program.
No, they didn't really care.
So
they honestly didn't give a shit.
So then why'd you go to that one place, Sound, then?
Just because that's what the Cascade set up.
And you had to go where else?
No, it's just I decided to see what it is and all that. Because at the time...
Oh, we won't go into details.
Yeah, because at the time, I didn't know if I was going to go or stay. I didn't know what I was going to do.
Well, so and then the Sound place, were they the same? What's cash going to do for you? What's, was the same bullshit as...
No.
What was it like? Better services?
Well, it sounded better, yeah.
Well, what was the treatment plan? You know, none of them gave you a treatment plan. They were just gonna milk you for the cash cow.
Yeah, they were gonna do that, but at least they didn't. At least they didn't treat me with disrespect right away like Grant did.
Well, let me put it this way: social worker I talked to today turns around, and I'm in this trailer. Okay, she's got there's a 16, 18-foot trailer. Right, there's no toilet in her shower. Yeah. It's an old the first model 50s trailers. You know, you've seen it. Yeah. Turns around and the social worker says, now, goes on and on and on about compass. Turned around and out my mouth because I'm sitting at a table with her and she's in front of me. And Moppy's just loving all the pets that she's giving. He's a trader. Yeah. I looked at her today, and I'm saying this to all of you, and I looked at her like me and Chloe, the same table's right here. And she's right there, and she said something about compass. Oh, Chloe refuses this, refuses that. We can get her involved. I looked at her, and I said, I didn't know you loved this fucking island so much that you're gonna sell your own soul to give money to Compass. The lady didn't like the answer. Yeah. I mean, literally, the thing is you need, look, at least the place we're supposed to be sending Chloe, who knows when, I gotta call maybe tomorrow night, maybe Wednesday, when I'm staying in Wednesday because I got Moppy's appointment. So I'll be staying in when you go get tobacco, right? Yeah. When I call Wednesday, hopefully it's not the day she's supposed to be going, because I don't know. I mean, they're supposed to email me the day before, right? So here's the thing. Hopefully this place is better, because the lady on the phone, who was a semi-social worker, therapist type thing, and she answers phones and does all of it from Oak Harbor in Whidbey Island. She listened to me, and she turned around, and she's like, you gotta be shitting me. You got someone who's got 23 diagnoses and autism, and yet all this spans from borderline and bipolar. She said autistic people usually don't do these things. So if they have autism, she must be the most rarest person that should be written in mental journals. Yeah. I mean, what's that tell you right there, Chloe?
Something's going on.
Well, yeah, the lady knew something, but the lady's like, we'll talk about it, But thing is like I said, I know what my bank account is, okay? And one of the things before Chloe came in here, and my main thing is, as Chloe knows, is have you ever seen the movie with Morgan Freeman, Driving Miss Daisy? Have you ever seen that one?
No.
He's a black guy driving a white woman. Anyways, look at my hat, everyone. It's my sun hat. I'm going to go wear it at the beach, because I'm a real woman.
Oh, my God.
I'm just joking around. I'm actually a woman like Chloe. I just thought Aaron got me this hat. But anyways, is my hat actually broken or something? Or what happened to the band? Oh, well, we'll just do it this way then. That's fine. There we go. It's supposed to go skill or disability. Thing is, these fucking dumbasses want to fucking sit there and basically churn the butter, basically. And, if one thing can't be done, they're going to go to another one. But when that doesn't happen, what's next? Oh, I'm supposed to fucking contact the fucking lady, and call her up. No, I'm just going to be like, here's the phone, if Chloe wants to fucking rip the lady a new asshole and she wants to sue Munchausen. No. A vulnerable person would allow it, Munchausen. Me? I'm basically saying, here's the phone. Truly, if you tool me, you'll protect me, because this bullshit's got to stop. Literally, Chloe realizes, and I can see it in her eyes when I was talking about a certain somebody's life. If she was basically in the same fucking position as this person, she's told me this tonight, she would be furious if her letter wasn't used by fucking the first party that reported something, or the second fucking party, or even the third party. Yeah. It's like, we're going to cut this person out. We're going to believe this dipshit, this dipshit, this dipshit. Look. Let me show you something. And I'm not basically being rude. I'm wearing panties, okay? So don't think anything of it. But look at this. You see this bruise right here? Right there? If you can see it, no one knows how I got it. This one, You see this, Bruce? Fucking police think Chloe clubbed me one. Or kicked me in the shin or something. So to them, they're like, oh, well, you know, and I have panties on, so I'm not showing off my taco. But you get the idea. They think Chloe clubbed me or kicked me or kneed me or whacked me. So, you know, the thing is, you know, no. I mean, I explained to the sheriff, you know, and he put it in his report. I mean, you know, people sit there and think, oh, the sheriff's corrupt. You know how Chloe looked at me? Chloe looked at me after she tracked me down. She says, you were gone so long. I said, oh, well, you know, because Chloe's standing there and the sheriff's like, whoa, I got an email and I drove straight over here, Rita, because of the APS lady. Well, he was over the one day. Do you remember? Do you recognize him? You recognize the guy? You know where he was from? Remember the day when I was basically being blatantly honest, right?
Yeah.
And you flipped your lid, and next thing you know, you had fucking Fort Sheriff and the fucking detective on our door watching us. He was one of them talking to me. And he basically gave us this fucking paper about domestic violence. And he was trying to convince you to go and get free counseling. Which, remember the free counseling? Yeah, it failed, right? If you're victim, oh, look, this is what he writes. Let me read this to you. If you're a victim of domestic violence, which that's what he is trying to say with the APS lady, you can ask the county prosecuting attorney to file a criminal complaint. In addition, you also have the right to file a civil petition, court requesting an order for protection from domestic abuse, which could include one of the following. One, an order restraining your Chloe from acts of abuse. I just turned your Chloe.
Yeah.
Two, an order directing your Chloe to leave your household. 3, an order preventing your Chloe from entering your residence, school, business, or place. 4, an order awarding you or the other parent custody or visitation with your minor child if you have. Or 5, an order restraining your Chloe from molesting or interfering with your minor children in custody. The forms you need can be obtained at this blah, 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 or you can call up these places to do it. You know, and then it says to protect. So it says the sheriff to protect the lives, property, and rights of all citizens and visitors. So I was talking to the sheriff, right? And this guy is a sweetheart. He's cute too, by the way, but he's married. And I saw him today, and he says, "Rita, you look cute." You know, trying to be nice. You know, this guy's like, "That's a guy," and he's like, "Rita, can I see those for a second?" I said, "Okay." And he says, "What are those?" He's like, "Padded." And I said, "You want me to do it?" And he says, "Okay." And I go, does this look like it's padded in the way they showed it with the light? He's like, you're one of those freaks. And sheriff said, no, just like Chloe, they're born both. He's like, oh, so you address her as her. Because I went in and asked a question, you know, and he was talking to me about give it some time with this and give it some time with that. But thing is, basically, when he went over my voluntary statement, which, you know, because it's voluntary, you don't get reported, even though it says under penalty of perjury. He said it's voluntary. We as a sheriff can say it's voluntary. If you write everything, it's true, you know, it's fine. If you basically fabricate stuff with the truth, then it's still fine because, you know, it just shows, you know, whatever. But he basically turned around and he read my 4-page statement. He ran out of pages, otherwise I'd written more. He basically looked at it and said, this thing is fucking clean. I mean, literally, you can't get a VAPO. You can't get a DVPO. So what the fuck is these problems, you know? He, on the other end, was so fucking grouchy about it that he's like, you know, now, you know, like I said, and we won't go into details, but, you know, well, I mean, I already read it to you earlier, but I think I'm going to read it anyways again just to be a shit, okay? Just to be a fucking shit because no one pays attention to my channel. And because it's long, right? I'm going to get Chloe's opinion on this. And we're not going to give names. We're just going to say X. And Chloe knows what I mean. So X messages me, as you all know. Basically, X messages me at like right after I get home. It was like 4 o'clock. And she turns around. And I want to hear Chloe's opinion because I read you this in the beginning of my video. She says, I said I'm going to lunch. And then she says, oh, I know you're at lunch. And this is when I was almost waiting for the social worker. She says, APS lady, we won't give her name on video to protect her. At least we're respectful.
Yes.
APS lady wants you to call either from your social worker / caseworker's office or from a payphone. My answer was, why? She says she wants to talk to you directly. Again, I said, why? Fill me in because I'm curious. She says, she asked me about what you have been telling me. I just asked her literally what happened with her and Chloe and why, etc. And then she says, I told her about the threats against the government and law enforcement, the phone situation, the router information, the demands, and the combativeness towards you. She asked me if I thought you were straying Mo to get a restraining order. Straying Mo is a definition for mouth illnesses or disorders. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I told you that you were likely not. Also, I told her I think that you give in to Chloe's demands out of fear. Then I answered her with nope, yada, yada, yada. And then she says, I don't quite know what she meant by her question about the VAPO or the DVPO. Then I said, you've been through the same situation. Why is she pestering me? And I said, the definition means mouth disorder. She says, I do not know. She says, I do know what Chloe has done. I did tell her about the destruction of property. I asked how Chloe, and she asked me how Chloe feels about us talking to each other. I told her Chloe thinks I'm a fat cow that is out to ruin her life. I did tell her that she blocked me and we have no contact. She said, oh, well, at least, we know where it stands. Fat cow. Would you really call her a fat cow?
I called her supervisor a fat cow. Their supervisor, she's apparently friends with because that's the person who I believed was out to ruin my life.
Then, just to get it to the rest, she says, I did tell you that her, quote, unquote, that you want Chloe out of your apartment. It's your apartment. She ain't paying the bills. Then when I said, don't worry, blah, 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 she says, I feel like I've not done enough. Then she says, something's going to happen from the conversation today. And I said, yeah, right. Because, this lady has no power. She said, hear that quote, you will be getting a protection order. APS lady wants to set up a time for you and your caseworker to meet. I said, not going to happy booked, and I don't care. She says, and I said, is this your words or her words? She says, okay, but you still need to call her. And I said, no, I don't. She says, you need to call her because because of what I told her. She did not say anything, quote unquote, about a protective order, but I talked to her about the recent police reports. I said there was only one report, and she requested it by the sheriff. And then she's like, you need to call her and make an appointment. I said, absolutely not. So there you go. So basically, I'd like now to get Chloe's opinion on this problem. So what do you think?
I think, she's barking up the wrong tree. She's pretty much trying to get herself into something she does not know what.
She doesn't realize that the problem is Chloe needs a fucking job. There you go.
She jumps into affairs that she has no idea what's going on. She has no idea what she's getting into. And she thinks she could get it done. She thinks she could get her agenda done, but not realizing that it's not what it's not what like she thinks it is. It's not,
Hold on. I want to.
Another problem.
I'm doing a joke, so
I know. Another problem she had is that, for one, she thought that everything works in the way she thinks it's going to work, and another thing is she always thinks that everybody's the same. The thing is, nobody's the same. We're all different.
Now, can I do the joke?
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm X. I'm the cable girl. Get her done. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Get her done.
Cable guy, yeah.
Larry the cable guy. Okay, jokingly aside, I got a line and sign off soon. But my point is this: I gotta make a phone call. But my point is this: before Chloe goes, is the social worker doesn't know what she's doing. Literally, she's barking up the wrong tree too. So, with that said, everyone, please, 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 enjoy our video. Please add subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like, subscribe buttons. Hold some fun even for the family. Hit that bell notification for new notification and content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless you, and good night.